Next up, 10 minutes from now, is Wimi.
Wimi and Naiva coming up next. Wisconsin, Michigan, New York, Virginia. 3 of those 4 teams playing at 11 p.m. local time. Wisconsin, I believe, is Central, so it'll be 10 p.m. local time for them. We're going to have New York versus Virginia simply by virtue of it being a winner's bracket match. I was originally going to have a B stream for this one, but unfortunately not able to happen. The trials and tribulations of having all of your streamers being in the Netherlands currently.
Well, not all of them, but, you know.
Most of them. Quite a few of them.
Also,
Several
people
of
have
them.
lives. People have other things to do on a Sunday night.
Zelda has things to do?
Yeah.
News to me.
I don't know. Also, at Cartoon Night 7, gotta love USC scheduling all matches in the evening on Sunday.
Yeah, Sam. Do we tell him the story?
Do we tell him that this is not our fault? Players rescheduled.
Yeah,
manually
these
to that time?
literally all of these matches are reschedules, I'm pretty sure. Let me check my back end sheet here real quick. Let's see. Monday 4 UTC is a reschedule. Monday 3 UTC is a reschedule, and Monday 3 UTC number 2 is a reschedule. Yes, all of these. I think all 3 of these 4 matches are reschedules. The only one of these that's being played at its original time was Maryland versus Connecticut, and that was because I was specifically asked to put it at this time because of player availability for those teams. And I was like, okay.
Yeah. You know, players. All you really know is that they don't really care about us. And, they reschedule to times that are better for them. And that is their prerogative. I'm not complaining, but it does fuck up the stream.
I'm complaining. I've been complaining about it for 5 years, though, and it's obviously never changed anything, so it's not worth complaining about. We had, what, 71% reschedule rate in round of 32? Like, I don't know. What can you do? We got schedules on a... That's... I mean, I wouldn't expect a 5-digit tournament to be competently run. I guess this is better than having a match at Tuesday 5 UTC. To be fair.
It was badged. Do we tell him?
No, I'm not gonna bother. I'm just gonna update the scores and move on with my life. What? So this is the 8 versus 9 matchup. So theoretically, this is meant to be really close.
New York versus Virginia?
Yep.
Okay. No, I was about to say Wisconsin versus Michigan?
No, that's like 30 versus...
30 versus like 17?
Is Michigan that high? No, it's 29 versus 20.
Oh, okay.
29 versus 20, man. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Michigan,
You can blame that seed free fall for you can blame Ohio for that one, actually.
Yeah, it's Ohio's fault.
If anything.
Blame. And then they don't even put these on their team, and they lose to Iowa. I call that karma.
Yeah, that's it's because of the sanctions put on them by the NCAA governing body for poaching Michigan players on the transfer portal.
I think we call that tampering, right? In the big leagues. Yep. Ohio actually tampered. They discussed a possible trade before the opening of the trade window, and they were sanctioned with a forced loss in the second round.
Forced.
I don't make the rules. It's just NCAA, the governing body.
Yep.
Also, can we talk about Taquito's name change and how it's just why?
I forgot exactly what he name changed to, but I know it was to a furry character. Von Lycaon.
Which sounds like something...
Like a furry OC.
See, yeah. I was going to say it sounds like something out of, like, Castlevania.
No. No, I've played a lot of Castlevania, and I would not see Von Lycaon being there. I would see that in a werewolf game because
I
Lyca
guess,
is
yeah, that's true.
like wolf or
Wolfenstein?
Wolfenstein. Yeah, the fucking the Nazis are actually all werewolves. That was the whole point, and they're all like in conveniently dressed, like conveniently designed fursuits by Hugo Boss. Anyway,
Fursuits by Hugo Boss.
Takedo, Flash of the Show, Junjo, Opixe, Karyu, which has been popping off lately, and Hanbei, versus Virginia, which is another team that really had a lot of their key players just either not sign up or be barred from signing up by the governing body.
I kind of feel bad for Rectagon because the tournament started like 3 days before his tournament ban expired.
Yeah.
Like his ban expired on the 3rd, and the tournament started like the Friday before, or whatever, that like a week and a half ago, not even a week and a half ago. Was it the 29th? Or the 30th? Yeah, 29th, yeah. So I feel kind of bad for Rectagon in that regard. And Wixnator did not sign up. And Tony doesn't exist anymore. And BTMC moved to California and then didn't play anyway because he is just a content creator now. So, like, Virginia is kind of a shadow of its former self from when they were contesting the tournament a couple years ago.
What's kind of awkward is that, like, they're still a somewhat respectable team. So if they had their, like, if they had the other people, they could have potentially made a run for it. Because if you really think about it, there's not actually that many good teams. Like, you have Florida trying to defend, and you have, like, SoCal with Utami and Peeps, and you have Ohio, but you know what happened there. You know, they can still technically win the tournament. Like, if they had Rectagon and BTMC, they have a real shot. Maybe Tony, maybe, but he doesn't exist anymore, so. Wow, these teams are so bad. No, they're both good teams.
I feel like the tournament, the strength of the tournament in general this year feels really variable because of, like, certain teams getting arguably weaker or people, like, having a bunch of new players coming in. Like, you talked about Florida, like, they have 3 new players this year. NorCal has new players this year. Ohio has new players this year, and we saw how that went for them. One of the best tournament players of the past several years is from a state that really doesn't have anybody else but him. So Joel just kind of gets, like, skill issued by being born in Colorado. I mean, if you think about it, like, most every other historic top tier USA player has been from a state that has other good players, whether it's one of the Californias, Texas, Ohio, Florida, Virginia, and then there's Fancy Lad, who's from Colorado.
That's there's Fancy Lad, there's Xarius, there's other people too, right? There's Gaze.
I mean,
Gaze is it was in Maine.
Gaze doesn't play anything though. I mean, he played 1 OWC.
But you know, he was a top player for the US.
True. And I mean, Xarius, like, there was a time when Arizona was pretty good. At least, like, they had Xarius Mlaw. That was a pretty decent roster in the past years. But in general, I mean, if you think of, like, the best USA players, right? It's like
Cali.
Yeah, Vaxe, Tommy, Idki, Toy, Fiery Rage. Everybody knows all the names.
Quorum, you know.
Hey, man.
Good players, Quorum. Who else is Ches Bananas?
Ches.
all the world class players.
Digital Hypno
They
XR.
both have true USC badges.
Fleslin skill.
Right?
Rip the Frog Gamer.
Fleslin.
I wonder what he's doing these days. What does he do nowadays?
Probably work a 9-to-5 job and study
God.
maybe.
Imagine being an adult.
It's ironic.
Yeah, that's the joke.
Yeah.
Not that Skill was a top player. I mean, he was always good, but he was on a USC winning team. Same with Fleslin. Like, Fleslin wasn't like a 1-2 digit player, but he won a USC.
If you win a USC, you are good at the game.
Right, you've got to be decent.
So it doesn't matter if you're carried by far.
And then there's Monko, who was on like some decent, I guess, at best Maryland teams, and then went to he the next chapter for Monko, going to SoCal to win with the super team of all super teams that we've ever had in USC. That's actually, I was thinking about the match last night that Ohio lost, and how like before that, one of the biggest upsets I could remember was Ohio beating that SoCal team in like semifinals back in 2020.
Yeah.
And then
the other upset that I remember was Virginia beating NorCal. Was it NorCal? I think it was NorCal.
Yeah, that would have been a while ago. I don't remember for sure.
It was like 2019.
And then, of course, now he's in, speaking of Monko, now he's in Washington. He kind of, I feel like he kind of makes them into like a real contender, because they've always had good players, but not great players. And now they have somebody who like genuinely scales late round, assuming that he's, at a semblance of his former level.
I don't want to leak my pick'ems here, but I will leak my pick'ems here. Yeah, I'll do exactly the thing I don't want to.
You have Washington over Texas, do you?
I have Washington
11
over
6?
Texas, 5-4, yeah.
If you're doing March Madness, like if you're making a bracket, you always got to pick at least one 11 over 6 somewhere. There's got to be an 11 over 6. 10 over 7 also, got to have those 10 over 7s. That being said, I don't think Arizona beats Massachusetts.
Yeah, Arizona, no. Their match last time around was a little bit ugly, a little.
Oh, the Minnesota match. Exactly 1 week ago. That was like exactly 1 week ago.
Gotta have a 15 over sure in your March Madness pick.
No, you don't.
Was it
you don't.
St. Peter's or
yeah, St. Peter's. But they were that was like that. How often does that happen? You know what I mean? That was like
once every 7 years. Kinda. Gotta have a 16 over 1. Shout out to my Virginian brethren.
All right, so we got getting into this one here. We have Free Mod 3 ban from Virginia, and somehow or other a Nomad 5 ban from New York. I don't know that I quite get that.
I mean, you want to ban the cheese maps, I guess, and Nomad 5 inch here. New York should mechanically outskill Virginia.
Well,
but
Virginia's first picking mechanics, so we'll find out. Virginia first pick DT1.
Yeah, okay, maybe they have a different opinion than me. I was about to say they're wrong, but not.
I don't know. I have no idea. I have not really been able to formulate any sort of opinion on this Virginia team, so...
Like, failing is good. That is my opinion on the Virginia team. Chrono 5 is, like... He's good at the maps he's good at, which are mostly just, like, cheese stuff and, like, reading, all, etc. And other than that, I have a bunch of unknowns in my like knowledge of the other players, so yeah. But in the New York side, they have Taquito. I refuse to call him by his new name.
Yeah, same. No, I don't.
Flasho.
I just don't call name changes by their new name, because 99% of the time they're super cringe.
Hey, Batball was pretty base.
Okay, I mean, if it's somebody who has a known original name, how's that?
Okay.
Ah! Just dropped my phone on my keyboard. Hopefully that probably wasn't too loud. What was Taquito's name last year? It was Taquito. Yeah. Like, leftovers is just always going to be leftovers. Sorry. I refuse to admit
it really depends whether your name change is cringe.
Yeah. Is your name change cringed or based? Cringed? Is it cringe? Also, I am getting the DT lag of all time right now.
Dude, that hasn't happened in so long.
Yeah, I haven't seen this in ages. Okay, we're gonna real quick panic and see if it fixes it. Yeah. Yep, all good. Well, not all good, but not bad either. No brakes yet. Let's go. Okay, all right, well. I have long since given up on expecting to understand the vagaries of the tournament client and, you know, its functionality. Is that an A-rank FC for Halls, or did he break, like, on the first note? Is he like probably, one combo behind and he missed the first circle? Whoopsie.
Happens. You gotta get, you know your A ranking, so you gotta get the miss out of the way.
The Apraxia method. Well, this is staying quite even through the first half. You like to see both teams looking pretty solid. Accuracy lead to New York by a decent margin, all three over 99% with only 199 on Virginia's side. And you did pick out Failing as a very solid player and showing that with the best score currently on that side. Boy, that ACC lead is literally almost 100,000 points for New York, though. The 96 on Halls is really not helping matters, unfortunately.
It's a 96 and the 98.
I mean, it's a 98 on RNG, which wouldn't be bad, except he's a full percent behind the lowest player on New York. And we're just going to see a lot of FCs, it looks like, unless players get tripped up in the ending. Which,
yeah,
well,
don't say that.
There's Flash Show. I just want to make sure we get, like, one FC and that's it by saying we're going to get a lot of FCs. That's just how it goes. There goes Halls. That could have gotten interesting if Halls had held with the Flash Show break. Even with the ACK gap, that was still coming back over. Taquito Hanbei holding against Failing and RNG. This lead looks like it should stay just intact for New York, and it does by about 70,000 points. Double FC on Taquito and Hanbei, double FC on Failing and RNG. What was that about talking too soon? It is a quad FC.
Yeah, and if you really like don't mind or don't look at anything, don't look at the combo values, you can kind of see it as a five-way. S rank equals FC. Everyone knows that.
Lasho had very good accuracy too. He actually had the same AC as Taquito. It's just his 50 from that slider break.
Yeah.
And so did Failing had the same AC as well, but his was just a normal 50, not a slider break 50. Show Michigan versus Wisconsin. No.
That was the plan, but
well, we were gonna have it. It was gonna be on the second stream. It wasn't ever gonna be.
Yeah,
on this
but we were planning on streaming.
They were both going to be streamed until we didn't have another streamer.
We're currently on a manhunt for a missing person.
Next week we should have 2 more streamers.
Hopefully.
Also, with all due respect to the state from which I reside and to another one of our brethren in the North and the Big Ten region, I don't think that match is going to be nearly the quality of this one.
We can keep you updated on the score.
Yeah, I will keep an eye on the score. They haven't actually started yet. They're in their first pick or going into their first pick right now.
Anyway, it's not like it's not common to see a team get first pick DT1 against and then immediately pick DT2.
Well, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that the DT1 was not a bad pick from Virginia, but it wasn't a bad pick for New York. Like it wasn't as though Virginia was picking a map that New York was objectively bad at. They were just picking a map that they, I think, were expecting to be good at, which they were. They double FC'd. So I don't think it's as crazy as it would be in other situations where it's like you get Hidden 2 first picked against you, and then you pick Nomad 6 yourself. Like that sort of thing, I feel like, where it's a less common skill set than, you know, just being able to play a generic DT1. We're waiting for the third for New York to join Taquito and Honbei.
You wonder, is it gonna be Flash Show? Is it gonna be?
It's gonna be Flash Show.
Flash Show. Okay.
It's just Flash Show.
You know, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna like say anything, but when you leave for that specific amount of time,
did he leave for the exact duration of the map?
No, not that, but like you probably like looked at the start, saw if it was warm, and then said, "Yeah, I'm warm, guys. I can stream the long stream, the one long stream of this map, or the one of 3."
Yeah, there's a couple. There's just not many. Hey, there it is. Okay, he SS'd it. Honbei, 89. Possibly utilizing some dark methodology, but it's RNG with the first break for Virginia, so the combo lead New York will help alleviate the ACK discrepancy. Somebody just keep an eye on Honbei for me. Let me know if he's utilizing dark methodology within the map, because I think that's actually illegal.
No, he's not.
Okay.
At least not on the short burst.
Well, maybe not on the short burst. I'm guessing he must have on the long burst, otherwise he wouldn't have gone down to 89.
No, maybe you just understream. Like, maybe you're just
true.
matching the
true. Maybe he just understreamed really badly and 100 combo in on the one long stream in the first 500 combo of the map.
Hey man, I'm familiar with that. Speed gated.
Well, whatever he did, it's working out okay, as New York is holding on to a bit of a lead. Still decent ACK FCs on Halls and failing, but the triple FC for New York is holding steady for the moment. Honbei has recovered his accuracy. It's not the worst thing in the world to have 96. It's not great, but it's not bad. Taquito is doing things as you would expect from a player of his caliber. Flasho with a meaningful break. That opens the door for Virginia, and it is summarily closed in their face as Halls immediately breaks right after. All right. Well, the chance was there, but the chance was not there for very long.
It's a human thing to see patterns in spots where there aren't patterns.
And Taquito.
Flasho and Halls are connected.
Taquito.
Every time one misses, one will soon follow with a miss of their own.
Taquito,
double S.
A little SS. A little SS.
It's not an SS on the skin. It's an S plus.
Yeah, true. It's an S plus. Also, his score is actually correct in the client. Holy cow! How did that happen?
Wow.
Also, Honbei did end up FCing with a pretty decent ACK.
Pretty decent ACK. He can stream it. Probably over or under stream.
The 50 count makes me a little sus.
He did double tap. If he can stream the rest of the map,
the rest of it was fine, so it's okay.
Also, if he did double tap, baller. If you go in and they teach you for your team and you double tap in UFC, then, you know, baller. Yeah, failing also had pretty good ACK, 99.6.
That map is, as we've discussed, just not hard to ACK as long as you can play the BPM at all, right? Like that, I guess that is a duh, but still.
Also, all of the picks that are being discussed, besides Hard Rock 1, apparently.
I guess they're actually picking Hard Rock 1. That is the true selection.
Yeah, okay.
Everybody's favorite. Hard Rock consistency from
Evenical.
Excuse me.
Evenical True, technically.
Wisconsin versus Michigan, by the way, are still in their first map because it's Nomad 5, and they've been playing it for approximately 15 minutes now, near as I can tell.
Nice.
It feels like they've been in the map for a long, or at least like that map has been showing in the tournament client for a long time. Surely, sooner or later, it will come to an end, and there will be a score in the map. And Michigan wins it, and they take a 1-0 lead.
What was the score difference?
I'm going to find out. Hang on. Oh my dear lord, this is... Okay, you guys are gonna... I have to show you guys this. MP is gonna be in chat. This is disgusting. I'm sorry. This is disgusting. Oh my god. Brother.
What happened?
I don't know.
This
Wisconsin had 2 players under 100K.
Anyone who's on mobile, let me just give you the radio version. Dark Scrap. No, not technically the top score of the whole lobby, but you know the top score of the lobby, which was roughly shared by 2 players, was 368,000 points, and 2 players were under 85,000. And the total score was 804,000 for the red team and 531,000 for the blue team. So
there's a reason that some of these teams are in the losers bracket. I will say this about that as we get into Hard Rock 1 as the last thing before we start talking about this map. This is what happens when USC continues to get bigger and bigger. More states get teams, but sometimes those teams are just like the only 6 players who signed up, and they're not actually very good tournament players, so they have literally no experience with maps like that, and that's why you end up getting scores like that more frequently from the lower seeded teams in this tournament than you might otherwise expect. Anyway, Hard Rock 1. Takedo, Karyu, Junjo against Squeeboard, Failing, and RNG. The second pick for Team Virginia, looking to bounce back from the early consolidated breakpoint on the side of New York.
The only miss thus far was Junjo, and he really whiffed the first stream. Yep. So he's sitting at a comfortable 91% accuracy.
Ak is a social construct, although he did break again. RNG followed up immediately thereafter. Junjo again breaking. He's just got to settle in. He's just got to find his mojo. And I guess it's not going to happen. I don't know what's going on over there. This is a little unfortunate start to the map for New York as Karyu finds a chain miss himself. Takedo looking around at his teammates like, bros, where you at? What's going on, guys?
Can't win with these cats.
Squeeboard Failing, holding on to the double full combo for Team Virginia, helping them to a 150,000 point early lead. We're just past a third of the way through.
I will say, when he said Squeeboard Failing, it like gave me Vietnam flashbacks to like the like failed scores doesn't count era. Also, at the end of that, at the start of that break,
barring a fail.
Barring a fail, yeah. At the start of that break, the combo was the max combo was 727.
No, it wasn't. I do not see it. I do not see it. I refuse to see it. Oh, this is looking pretty solid for Virginia. I feel like they've always been a good Hard Rock 1 team. Like, no matter who their roster is, it's just they're just good at Hard Rock 1s.
Hard Rock State.
True. What states can you define by a single skill set? Are there any?
Yes. I refuse to elaborate further.
Minnesota Nomad 6 state?
What is a Nomad 6?
I'm Dada, and I pretend to not know what people are talking about. All right, it's 300K lead for Virginia at the 2/3 mark. Get a little break. Everybody sees the score. Takedo looks around at his team, says, my God, I'm the only one doing anything. Failing has a nice FC, which is nice accuracy. Yep, Takedo now is not doing anything either.
He does a miss.
He trick y'all, man. He doesn't do anything. There goes both FCs for Virginia. Karyu and Junjo both have enough combo that the score is going to get a little bit closer in the ending at this rate, but it's not really too comebackable, so I wouldn't be too concerned for Virginia.
almost 400K.
No, it'll get a little closer. I'm not saying it's going to be like actually close. It's just going to be like a little less than a 400K win, but it might not even end up at actually. I don't know. Oh, okay. Well, Junjo, little struggle at the ending here.
He struggled at the start, but
Yeah.
he fixed it.
He got
He
better.
ended up with a decent score. Yeah,
I got better.
he got better.
And it's a 300K win for Virginia. They get on the board, 2-1 lead for New York, but that was a much better showing from the Virginia squad on the HR1. And they make this match a little more alive. 24 misses for Junjo.
Yeah, he whiffed the entire
Yeah.
first stream, and I think he note locked it. So it was just like over. The start of the map was just like chain missed.
Yeah, it was not a good time for him, but it's okay because they do still have the lead. It's not the end of the world. Michigan now with a 2-0 lead. They take double time the second with some much more respectable scores. 2.5 million with an FC on Dark Scrap and a just shy of 900K on Esquivalience Cuatro.
But
It's player 01. His name is Esquivalience 4 or something like that. I don't know how you're actually, I don't know what that word is. I'm not gonna lie.
for once, I don't understand that reference.
Player 01 has a name that people can actually recognize. Challenge. Yeah, from my talks with Jonah, who was the original captain of Wisconsin and is no longer the captain of Wisconsin, they have not the greatest team unity and cohesion this year. They're going to have to put in some strong work in the offseason because it's looking like they are going to have their year come to an end pretty early. They're going to probably look for some acquisitions in the trade window, and hopefully they'll have a good draft to strengthen the squad for the 2023 season.
I was thinking more they need to have a strong recruiting class. And,
Strong recruiting class, all right.
Really, get a better system.
They gotta get after it, you know. They gotta get down to bells and whistles. They really gotta put in the hard yards at practice. Maybe install some new play calling defensively because what they're doing right now does not seem to be working out all that well.
Anyway, the first appearance of fan favorite Kron05, which we never call Chronos, even though that's specifically what it's supposed to be like representing.
Nah, it's just Chrono 5, dude. As long as I've known him, it's just been Chrono 5. I don't care. I simply do not care. It is irrelevant in my eyes and in the eyes of the Lord. Amen.
Failing
to
start the
connect.
map. Yeah, okay, we both went in
Yep.
similar directions.
Yep. All right, so were those both real misses? No, they were not. Those were both Bancho misses. I figured as much. So Takedo Opixe Hanbei. This map always seems to have something interesting happen. Whether it's just like full resets or what, something crazy can occur on tech maps like this one.
This particular map, I think people are having a lot of difficulty consistently comboing the 5 bursts. They're like shaped kind of like a V.
Yeah.
Like you'll see them right now.
I know the one you're talking about. That one right there, where Failing just missed the entire thing.
Yeah.
Everybody else hit it though, so that's cool. Waiting for Takedo to put up like the best score we see all week on this, or to randomly miss somewhere. But I would. This just feels like it falls so squarely within his wheelhouse. Actually, the whole team is just looking good on this.
Yeah, there's 2 like specific choke points in this map, which are the V streams, the V points, which happen twice, and the like wiggle stream that people just did and nobody actually missed on.
Yeah, this map, it's like it vibe checks you like exactly 2 times, and the tournament client, I guess, gets vibe checked and fails the vibe check. There we go. It had something to do with Failing because he was having to catch up there.
It's probably some like connection hiccups. fine. You know, Bancho is a server, and just like all servers, they suck.
I was hoping that was the word you were gonna use. New York's still on the three-way. See if they can close it out. That'd be pretty dope. This ending has a couple more of those tricky bursts, though. Yep, there goes a Pixie. There goes Hanbei. Well,
there goes basically everyone.
Yep. Taquito. Okay, I did call it. I will say I did call it.
Yeah.
Taquito with the high quality 99.39 AC FC leading the way, but I mean their team just fully outperformed. That's 14,000 points on Opixe away from all of the members. Actually, they didn't because Hanbei was 200. No.
Palindrome score on Opixe. Except
860068. Yeah, ignore the leading 0. That's actually kind of cool. And New York feeling pretty decent. 3-1 lead. Breakpoint stays in their favor.
Instant HR2.
That was a really quick hard rock 2 pick. Wow. This is, I think, the first... Well, I don't know. It's the first time I've seen this on stream.
I didn't watch the earlier match today.
This may be the first pick this has had. I don't have the ref sheet open to tell if they've already input it, but if they have, then this is the first hard rock 2 pick.
Yeah, but it's not a surprise considering they beat New York quite convincingly on Hard Rock 1.
This is such a different map though. Like it's not
a
even
different map,
close.
But like if you're proficient in Hard Rock,
yeah,
then you should, in theory, be better at this. And if you consider the free mods, there's no real free mod where you can really say, oh, you know, this is much better as a Hard Rock map. I feel like all the free mods are either balanced or, in the case of Everything Will Freeze, would be like slightly hidden favored. Maybe even like considerably hidden favored, but you have to Hard Rock it anyway. So we're gonna be seeing Taquito step out? Is that correct?
I mean, if there's any skill set I would expect him to not be in for, I guess it would be 6.5. Like, strictly speaking, if there were ever a map that he wasn't going to be playing, it would be 6.5. But yeah, I'm still a little surprised. But I think that is like the case. You don't really think of him as a 6.5 player. You think of him as a literally everything else player.
That's fair. But if that's the case, then Virginia really struck gold, because to make the let's be honest here, the best player on the opposing team step out of the lobby is
that's
generally means you did a good job with your pick.
Yeah, he put up like a decent score on Hard Rock 1, but forcing him out of the lobby with this pick is really, really valuable for Virginia. We'll see how it ends up going for them. I mean, obviously there's always the actual playing of the map to be done once you've forced the opposing MVP out of the lobby. But Virginia, the Hard Rock State, will...
We're heading into the stream,
arguably.
So let's see who hits it.
Oh, it's a double break from Virginia on that space section of that stream. Squeeblord and RNG both fall. And that is New York in a spot where they can step on the gas, really take this one over. They get to the midsection of the map without a single miss. It's low AC basically everywhere. This is not a map where you're going to get great AC a lot of the time. Junjo is the first to break for New York, but it's a double FC against just one on failing. Squeeblord and RNG have both recovered pretty well, and there is a decent amount of combo left in the remaining third of the map. There goes RNG. Virginia are going to be kind of grasping at straws here, trying to do anything they can to come back in the last quarter of the map. There's the car UFC gone. There goes to Pixie as well. Wait a second. This just got very interesting. Failing is still FCing, and Squeeboard has 450 combo. How much more score does Failing have to build? Is there enough combo with this ending? I don't know if there is, but this is gonna get darn close if it's any combo at all. This is coming back, but it is! On the second to last circles, the 20K score lead goes over to Virginia. The late breaks from New York all falling to tattered pieces, while Failing and Squeeblord held is all of the difference that it took for Virginia to end up winning the point. And they get it to 3-2 in the very waning seconds of the pick by 19,467 points.
Oh, man. That could not have been closer.
That is the closest map I have seen yet in matches I've watched this weekend. There was that 22,000 point map in, I think, what was it? Was that Ohio versus Iowa? It was like 22,000? Yeah. But this was ever so slightly closer than that one. And Virginia are thanking their lucky stars that they were able to somehow claw that one back, because it was the difference between 4-1 down, New York match point on their own pick, and 3-2 still in this, still alive, still going. And it's going to be another DT. Virginia first picks DT1, loses it. New York first picks DT2, wins it, and after one pick in between for themselves, go into DT3.
This is the oddball out of the DTs, so I'm a little surprised New York picked it, but also, you know, what else are they gonna pick?
What else were they going to pick?
Probably just free mods, because you don't want to pick. Maybe Hidden, actually.
I was gonna say Hidden 1, maybe, because like Taquito is just gonna FC Hidden 1 every time, right?
I mean, Taquito is like, I think, the only New York player who's like consistently a hidden player.
Probably
like,
true.
Consistently a good hidden player. I think everyone else is kind of like uncomfortable with him, which is why they have been avoiding it thus far.
Also, just to interject real quick, Michigan is now up 3-0 against Wisconsin. They took the third point on My Heart Will Go On by a 600K margin. Some more respectable scores on those couple maps after the first one. And they are now in map 4, which is Hard Rock 1, being played in that match. So Michigan in a pretty comfortable place so far in that matchup. We head into the DT3. Flasho, Taquito, Hanbei, Failing, Squeeblord, and RNG. I mean, that match is obviously not on stream. That's why I'm telling you what's happening in it. If it were on stream, I wouldn't tell you what was happening. I would say, go watch USA States Cup B.
But I can, maybe, if someone is streaming it, I can say,
yeah, I don't know. There might be like a player.
Yeah.
There might be a player streaming it, but I don't really know because I don't follow, so, you know. I'm trying to think who on those teams actually streams. I have no idea. I'd have to look in like the Michigan server and just scroll down the user list and see if anybody's currently streaming, but whatever. All right, in we go. The somewhat tricky of the DT picks, the less straightforward compared to DT1 and DT2. Whose theme is this?
Remilia Scarlet.
Thank you. I can't remember there for a sec.
Final boss of regular stages of Toho 6.
Didn't need that much information, but thank you. It's Flasho and Hanbei with early breaks for New York. Squeeboard with an early break for Virginia. Accuracy at a premium for the team Virginia, which is why New York is able to keep this as close as it is. RNG the next to break. That's going to help New York even more. 99 AC on Taquito versus 95, 95, 96 over on Virginia. That AC really helping things out for New York to build that lead even larger than it would be otherwise based on the combo lead. Come to break at the 2/3 mark. It's a 144,000 point lead for Team New York. Feeling pretty comfortable at this juncture of this map, I would say. as their lead will continue to grow thanks to the combo and accuracy leads. But Flasho breaks. I don't know if that really matters much because RNG broke right after anyway.
The lead should be
It's
stable.
fine. It's pretty stable. It's FC on Taquito, and Hanbei had a 500 combo behind him. Not anymore, but it's all the way at the end, so it's fine. It's only a 125,000 point win. It's a little closer than you might have liked, but failing with the FC. Did manage to keep Virginia pretty well afloat in that one. Taquito with the better accuracy. That 747K on Squidboard as well. It was just kind of RNG finding a few unfortunate breaks that helped New York out a little bit more with their somewhat lower second best score. And it's 4-2 now. Virginia down match point with the next pick to come.
You know, they need one breakpoint.
Yeah, they need.
It's not impossible to get tiebreaker.
Yeah, they need their best remaining, their best pick of the remaining maps, and then they need a breakpoint. So as you can see, I mean, it's a little tricky at this point. You've got 3 nomads, both hiddens, and a couple free mods available.
Honestly,
Excuse me.
if I'm in Virginia's shoes, and you know, I think, you know, I beat them on Hard Rock 1, but perhaps Nomad 1 is going to be a different story. You'd either, like, you guys would lose if we picked Nomad 1.
I actually don't feel like Nomad 1 is the worst pick here.
Nomad 1 is, like, a good pick. Hidden Chew is, like, a risky, but also, like, good pick. I think everything else they just lose.
So I think the problem is with Hidden 2, you have to be sure that you have an FC and another good score, because Taquito is almost guaranteed to match like your best player on Hidden 2. So you have to be sure of like whatever else you have behind that. But it's gonna be all conjecture anyway, and it's gonna end up being a free mod 2 pick instead. So we're gonna go, instead of AR8 Hidden, we're gonna go CS5 AR8 free mod. And I don't know what mods to expect out of these teams on this pick, but we're gonna find out. It's a fun one. Do we get some easies or anything in these teams? That's gonna be the question. While we're thinking, Michigan taking another point, 4-0. They win Hard Rock 1, and they're going into DT1. 4-0, hoping to close it out with a quick sweep and move onward to the next round in losers bracket. We'll keep an eye on that one, as it looks like it'll possibly be finishing up at a very similar time to this.
Okay, so if RNG's words in chat are anything to go by, then we'll be seeing some special mods here.
Easy hidden flashlight. Let's go. Just full alpha.
What the hell?
What?
Discord has a funny feature.
What happened? What's going on? Hello? Alright, I have no idea what Dada is talking about, but he just left the voice, so I'm now alone. Did I enable Dono Wall? Oops. Yes, I did. Alright, well, Dot'll maybe be back at some point. I'm not actually sure what's going on, but it's fine. Not like I haven't done this before. Flasho Jinjo Karyu against failing RNG Meat Hatch. It's going to be one hidden, one hard rock for New York. Interestingly, once again, no Taquito. Much like on Hard Rock 2, Virginia forcing Taquito out for a couple of different picks. I'm actually kind of surprised. I mean, it's not like he's good at area hidden. But we do have the easy on RNG, so bear in mind that that will be a doubled score. And there's just misses coming from places. Actually, that was Bancho. That was a real miss, I'm pretty sure. Junjo, nope, that wasn't. Okay, Junjo is just Bancho missing all over the place. Also, yeah, I have no idea what's happening there. Mitach did have a real break. Down goes Flash O. Did Junjo just Bancho miss again? All right, I'm panicking this shit. What is going on?
He Bancho missed with 100%. Also, I'm back. That was a funny Discord.
Oh, he has easy on.
Crashed your client. What?
Junjo has easy on. Thank you. Okay, so that would explain probably, like, the Bancho misses, if I had to guess. Is, like, the mod not showing up. Thanks, client. Alright, well, it's Virginia winning, and it just doesn't really matter. I don't know where Taquito is. I feel like he should be playing this sort of thing.
I think he's, in New York, currently.
Thank you. Very useful. All right, well, Virginia is going to force New York to try to close out the match on their own pick, because this is a done deal at this juncture. With a 400,000 point lead, and their easy player is ahead of the opposing easy player, so nothing to really worry about there. They get baited into the easy versus easy matchup, and it didn't end up working out for New York. Don't know, but that is win. Virginia. Again, both they get 2 picks in a row where they force Taquito out, and they win on both of them.
Yeah, this time was a little bit more convincing, especially considering the easy multiplier. But yeah, now New York has one chance to close this match out without going to tiebreaker.
This is the only match point anyone will have, and it is going to be FreeMod1 as the pick from Team New York. So we're going to get Zetai Rado. Wisconsin has put a point on the board. They win DT1, so it's not going to be a sweep for Michigan. They're going into Nomad 1 as the next pick. All the ones, DT1, Nomad 1, FreeMod 1. And so back-to-back free mods. This one I think we'll see slightly different mods. I don't think you're going to see any easies on this particular map. That would be kind of wild, but we'll have a hidden into Hard Rock. This is Taquito hidden time, probably?
Yeah, probably. I don't think anybody else will do hidden. Maybe the Overmod. Maybe that's a thing.
This is like hidden Overmod map? Or Hard Rock Overmod map?
Honestly, I don't know. It's CS3, so technically Hard Rock shouldn't be that bad. I say technically because, like, in practice, this map is too awkward to really, like, I don't want to say be consistent on Hard Rock because it's not true, but to be like 100% confident on Hard Rock. Yeah,
well, we're going in, so we'll find out.
Going in with the usual suspects for New York, and Squeeblord in place of, who was it on Virginia, who's been playing pretty much every map?
I mean, it feels like we've been kind of switching, but
I guess. But
it's been like failing. It's been failing RNG a lot, and then I think it's been failing RNG for every map. Actually, they've been perma lobby, and it's been Squeeblord a lot. Yeah, failing in RNG. Failing in RNG or perma lobby.
Okay. We are going to see a double Hard Rock on Virginia.
Hard Rock State overmods Hard Rock and pays for it by double raking on the slider stream on a hidden and a Hard Rock. Flasho did break for New York. Oh, Taquito breaking. That's not what you want to see if you're New York. That's one FC apiece, Hanbei and Squeeblord. So it's a Nomad FC against a hidden FC, or Hard Rock FC, excuse me.
I just want to point out that this map, because it has a lot of slider streams, the spectator client doesn't deal well with slider streams.
Yeah, there will quite possibly be Bancho misses aplenty on the slider streams. We'll have to keep an eye out on those. So far, it seems to be doing all right, though. And this is staying close, man. 40,000 points, all that separate the teams at the halfway mark as Virginia tries to force a tiebreaker. Oh, the break from Squeeblord. That was what they couldn't afford. He was their FC, and he has a mod on and everything, and there goes RNG right after. And that is New York looking in the rear view mirror at Virginia and giving a little wave and a nod and a shake of the head, saying, y'all tried, but we're looking to make sure that y'all are gonna fail. As Flasho and Hanbei and Taquito alike all hold on to quite a sizable amount of combo into the ending, with a 400,000 point lead. You can only watch in sorrow if you're a Virginia supporter, or in a little bit of glee if you are a New York fan, because they have closed the match out by a 5-3 final score on Free Mod 1. Their last pick of the match proves to be another successful one with a triple S rank and an SS no mod on Hanbei, just for good measure.
Very, very good play. Yeah, tiebreaker hopes are yet again thwarted.
Tiebreaker averted.
But yeah, very, very well played by New York there. A little bit dicey at the end. Allowed Virginia to claw back in, but yeah. And Virginia now moves down to the loser's bracket, where
they are. Let's see. We will go over to the bracket and we will find out. So first, winner's bracket, because we're already there. New York awaits the winner of next week, I believe it is, North California versus New Jersey. New York will await the winner of that one. Get a little Metro battle, New York versus New Jersey. I feel like North Cal probably wins that, but you never know. Meanwhile, down in the loser's bracket, Virginia. Oh, how convenient. They get the winner of our next match. All right, wow. Perfect. So Virginia
like this was planned.
It wasn't.
Yeah,
because these were both rescheduled. But yeah, almost like it was planned. We totally planned it out, guys. 100%. Yeah, Virginia will await the winner of Kentucky versus Oklahoma, which is the late match, the last match of the night. That's the nightcap. Michigan, at the same time, by the way, has closed out Wisconsin. They just finished up Nomad 1 with an FC from Dark Scrap. FC again. That's several for him. He's probably the MVP of that match. Very good plays. He also FC'd Nomad 2 and DT2 and had nearly the top score on Nomad 5, so well done to him. But yeah, that'll be Michigan moving on. I'm going to update this so you can see here. There's 1 point here, and there are 5 points here. So Michigan will move on in the loser's bracket. They await a loser of, I can't actually tell because I don't know what match this is connected to. Hold that thought because I don't actually know. It's the loser of Massachusetts and Arizona.
Okay, yeah.
So Michigan will await.
That could be a good match.
Probably Arizona, but
probably.
You never know until it gets played. So well done to our winners in our current block. New York 5-3 over Virginia, Michigan 5-1 over Wisconsin. And they will have a week off and get to hang out and watch the matches next week and wait for the quarterfinals week to come around for their next matches. So always nice to get a little time off when you know that you are moving forward.
It's always nice to get time off regardless, I'll be honest.
Yeah.